how to formulate a claim or counterclaim statement. That's our topic for today. Hi senior high school students, this is Renette and welcome back to another lesson. In our previous lesson, we talked about the 4 types of assertions according to certainty. What are they? They are the statement of fact, opinion, convention, and preference. I hope you understood the concept as we are going to talk about how to assert your ideas through claims and counterclaims. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to differentiate claim versus counterclaim, identify the elements of an argument, formulate a counterclaim. I know all of you have social media accounts. We sometimes don't like bashers, do we? Because they disagree the ideas of others. In our usual discussion or even meetings, as much as possible, we prefer if no one disagrees. Yes? But we cannot avoid it. Considering that we have different opinions, we have to expect that not all people like or agree our ideas or our claims. What is a claim? And what is a counterclaim? A claim is the main argument and that is your main thesis statement. Remember, I talked about how to write a thesis statement? Please check that video, and that's helpful in making a claim. Your thesis should situate your argument within a broader discussion, which will likely involve addressing possible objections. On the other hand, a counterclaim is the opposite of the claim or argument. In debate, this is common as there is always the affirmative and the negative group. For example, the topic is Facebook starts to remove recommendations for political and social groups. That's the main argument. That's the claim. Your counterclaim could be you don't agree to remove it and you have to give your reasons and evidences. In other words, a counterclaim is the opposite of the claim and you try to disagree on the claim. There are 4 elements in an argument. They are claims, counterclaims, reason, and evidence. I already mentioned the meaning of claim and counterclaim. And what is a reason? A reason is it tells why a claim is made, followed by your supporting evidence. Evidence is the fact or research to support the claim and reason. In the example of the module found in DepEd Commons, it mentioned of the claim, counterclaim, reason, and evidence. But remember, not all texts have counterclaims. As a reader, if you don't agree with the claim, then you should make your own counterclaim, just like this text or news. Let's analyze this example. People gather and swim at Repulse Bay as beaches reopen in Hong Kong on Saturday, along with swimming pools and the relaxing of COVID-19 related social distancing rules. Hong Kong eased its health restrictions following a decrease in COVID-19 infections in the region, allowing beaches and swimming pools to reopen as well as cinemas and theme parks to increase capacity from 50 to 75%. What is the claim? People gather and swim at Repulse Bay as beaches reopen in Hong Kong on Saturday or during Holy Saturday. The government has cited its reason and evidences after a decrease in COVID-19 infections in the region. Do you agree on the idea of reopening the beaches? If you don't, then here's the possible counterclaim. You might say, I don't agree with the idea of reopening the beaches because social distancing is uncontrollable. In the case of Italy, it has entered a strict 3-day lockdown to try to prevent a surge in COVID-19 cases over Easter, believing that the virus had already decreased. What is your counterclaim? You don't agree with the idea of reopening the beaches. What is your reason? Social distancing is uncontrollable in public places. What is your evidence? The people in Italy believe the virus already decreased in the last few months, but after reopening some establishments, such as beaches, it has surged again. Your evidence is supported by facts or research. From these statements, you can already create your main thesis statement to start an argumentative essay. In writing, this is an argumentative essay because you deal with arguments. It is different from descriptive essay because a writer in descriptive essay focuses only in describing some aspect of the main text. That's all. It doesn't investigate anything, critique anything, or analyze anything. I know you deal a lot of academic writing such as writing a concept paper, position paper, review, and research paper. Argumentative essay is helpful, especially when you support evidences, particularly in your RRL or review of related literature or in your discussions. For example, this is a simple text how claim and counterclaim is used in your academic writing. Let's analyze this text. There has been much discussions in allowing face-to-face classes in some areas. Some argue that face-to-face classes should be allowed as there are only few cases in those specific places. However, the value of face-to-face classes has been called into a halt as Duterte banned it until COVID-19 vaccine becomes available, as there's a high possibility that the virus could spread easily. Here, you cited both claim and counterclaim. You have discussed the claim of face-to-face classes, but in the second sentence, the use of however gives a change of direction of your idea. This is the counterclaim part. Is the claim positively or negatively evaluated? It is negative. You call into question on face-to-face classes. This is how you apply the use of claim and counterclaim in argumentative essay. Well, these are examples of sentence frames in writing your claims or counterclaims. They are signposts. They are expressions that are helpful for you in formulating your claim or counterclaims. We also have reporting verbs. These are also very helpful in your discussion, especially when you deal with research. And remember the connectors, your signal words. We studied signal words in the patterns of development. All right? Our discussion mainly focused on the claim and counterclaim with its reason and evidence. The rebuttal and conclusions are interesting topics, especially in debate. Take note, in every argument there is always a claim or counterclaim, reason, and evidence. Now, are you ready to formulate your own claim and counterclaim? If you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Happy learning! See you!